Joe Greene in Studio B, our Studio B sessions on WNCW made possible by Sierra Nevada Brewing Company. We are thankful to them. And I'm thankful that these two talented folks had time to come be with us in Studio B. Tammy Rogers and Thomm Jutz. Y'all feeling good today?
We are.
You ready to play a tune for us?
Yes, indeed.
Well, let's just start with a song.
All
then.
right. Here's one that kicks off the whole new record.
Hard times won't keep me down. I'll lift my spirits up. I'll find another song that's gonna fill my cup. As long as I am living, the music will be ringing. As long as I am breathing, I surely will be singing. Like the bird up in the pine, sitting high up on a limb. Whether anybody's listening doesn't mean a thing to him. He's gonna lift his voice just for the joy it brings. There's a song that's in his heart, and it's gonna give it wings. Hard times won't keep me down. I'll lift my spirits up. I'll find another song that's gonna fill my cup. As long as I'm living, the music will be ringing. As long as I am breathing, I surely will be singing. As long as I remember, Grandma always hummed a tune, hanging clothes out on the line or sweeping up the living room. It makes the work a little easier, that's what she used to say. Takes your mind off of your troubles and it helps you through the day. Hard times won't keep me down. I'll lift my spirits up. I'll find another song that's gonna fill my cup. As long as I am living, the music will be ringing. As long as I am breathing, I surely will be singing. Keep me down, I'll lift my spirits up. I'll find another song that's gonna fill my cup. As long as I am living, the music will be ringing. As long as I am breathing, I surely will be singing. As long as I am breathing, I surely will be singing.
Pretty. Yeah.
Thank you.
The title song, basically, right?
Yes, indeed.
From the new record, Surely We'll Be Singing. That's Tammy Rogers, Thomm Jutz here in Studio B. Glad I had a premonition that you all were going to start with that song.
Oh, yeah?
Well, I mean,
it kind of makes sense. It sets the tone for the whole thing.
Sure.
Well, you know, it's a song that comes out of this whole pandemic thing. When we were starting to write a bunch of these songs, we were like, well, man, you know, let's just... even if we can't go on the road or do anything, we can always play music. We can sit on the porch, and we can appreciate the fact that we can create something and make beautiful music. And at the end of the day, that's more important than a career or money or all those things. You know, as long as you can play a G chord on your guitar and be happy with that.
That's right.
I think it's good.
Yes.
It's kind of a parallel. I was reading to bird life during all of this, too.
Yeah.
You know, and I didn't think about that, but it makes sense. While everybody had to stay home and they weren't driving and so much, the bird population probably increased, right?
Yeah, and I don't know whether, you know, it's always beautiful weather over here in Western Carolina, but, you know, it seemed like that spring and summer of 2020, at least around Nashville, was just stunningly gorgeous. The air was so crystal clear, and I read a lot of reports that all over the country, smog levels were down and pollution levels were down. And, I hope that people take note of that stuff. I know that everybody wants to get back to their quote unquote life, but, there's really something really valid about noticing, when you slow down and take a little time and, maybe your imprint on the environment is going to change a little bit. And I, for one, really enjoyed that and just having the time to be outside a lot more. So yeah.
Kind of stands to reason that the air would be clearer with less machinery and
absolutely.
and fossil fuels being burned and all that sort of thing.
Absolutely.
I realized that the birds were singing more or louder or whatever, and I think a couple of other friends of mine, we had that conversation too, and so a lot of that found its way in that song.
Yeah, that's great. That's a great parallel on that, and I'm sure some other animals fared better too with less vehicles out there running.
I think so.
More possums and raccoons around the house.
Tell me about it, man. I caught about 3 groundhogs in my vegetable garden last year, and there was still one that I couldn't get to, and he ate all of my okra, all of the cucumbers. It was awful. So, you win a little on the bird side, you lose a little on the groundhog
side. Yeah.
Talking with Tammy Rogers and Thomm Jutz here. And Tammy, of course, you heard that beautiful fiddle when they were playing that song just a minute ago.
Thank
and
you.
You're known, for your fiddle work very much, but you're a multi-instrumentalist. You brought a mandolin with you as well.
I did, yeah. We're going to use that. I joke that I don't really play mandolin. I just kind of use one to write songs, but I was the cheapest available for this recording, so that's me on the record.
No apologies necessary. Yeah, it sounds great.
But thank you. But it's fun to play, and I do. And if I can get it in tune, I enjoy it. So.
Sure. And of course, Thomm is a virtuoso guitar player in my book, and sought after to play with. You've played with lots of folks over the years.
I have since I moved to Nashville about 20 years ago. I started out more as a guitar player. I think that's one of the things that's unique about our writing partnership, Tammy's and mine, that we both come to it as instrumentalists first. We came to town to play guitar and fiddle for, or in Tammy's case, fiddle for other people. I played with folks like Mary Gaucher and Nancy Griffith and Kim Ritchie, and actually I think was the first time that we met when I came over here with Kim, or it was the first time that I was here at WNCW.
Yeah, I don't think I was here that day. That would have been great. I'm sorry I missed it.
I'm sure it was awesome.
But you were here with Mylan Miller and me.
I was.
Yeah.
Yes. But anyway, playing with those folks, you learn a little bit about songwriting and what and about singing, especially talking about Kim. And so, yeah, I started as a guitar player. I thought I was going to play a million gigs on Lower Broadway in Nashville, never played one. And instead, I just started writing songs and doing what I'm doing today, and couldn't be happier about it.
We're happy about it as well. But you mentioned Mary Gaucher. I've been seeing on social media, she's got a book out about songwriting and things, Saved by the Song or something
Saved
like that.
by a Song, yes, that's correct.
Yeah. And just given her insights and what songwriting's done for her, and kind of what you go through. And it's not the same for everybody at all, is it? I mean, everybody kind of has a process or an inspiration for their songwriting.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's a wonderful creative outlet, for those of us that do pursue songwriting. I know I was thinking about it this morning getting ready, that I think I wrote my first song at 14 or 15, and it was awful.
It was awful.
What was it
called?
It
was terrible. Tammy? Darling, 2 wrongs don't make a right.
Oh, that's good.
From the wisdom of a 14 or 15-year-old, right?
It's good that you put darling in there. That shows an understanding of the genre.
Of the genre, exactly, yeah. But, it is a process, and certainly, I've probably saved myself hundreds of thousands of dollars, in therapy from through my songwriting, doing songwriting as opposed to going into therapy. So much probably to my co-writer's chagrin sometimes. But, it's an amazing thing to be able to do that. And I love songwriting, and it's always been part of me, as a creative person. Certainly, as you mentioned, first, got going as a player and still do love to play. I can't really separate my personality sides, that way. I view it as just parts of the whole. But songwriting is just as important to me as the singing and playing. So it's really cool to have a record that out now that really focuses on that.
Well, sure. In two different ways,
Mm-hmm.
you're able to bring a song to life. You bring it to
Yeah.
life as the writer, and then you or whoever performs it brings it to life another way.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. Does that sound silly?
No, it's great.
No. You know, sometimes somebody cuts a song and you go like, I never would have heard that melodic twist, or I would never have heard the emphasis on this word or whatever. And it's always, first of all, it's a great honor when other people record
Absolutely,
their songs,
yeah.
but it's always a surprise too, you know, to see what they do with it, and then it's always a surprise to see where the song goes and what it does for people. And that's the beautiful part, you know, you become, with your co-writers, there's a friendship, and then with the people that record your songs, there's a friendship, and so it's a circle that widens, you know, that ripples outward, and that's the beautiful thing about, to me, especially about this world of acoustic music, where there's a brother and sisterhood about the people that like to feel strings vibrate against the wood. you
Yeah.
know.
Absolutely.